Depending on who you are, some people might tell you that Kuon is the rarest PlayStation 2 game in the PAL region. That person is not correct. It's not Rule of Rose, and it's not Michigan Report from Hell either. There are games that are significantly rarer than those three, and Phoenix Games here have made quite a few of them. Through many years of intense research, I have come up with this list that I deem to be the top 10 rarest PlayStation 2 PAL games. They are so rare that CEX, the gods themselves, do not stock the vast majority of these games at all. And what do I mean when I say the PAL region? Well, the PAL region encompasses the UK and Europe, Australia, South Africa and India, to name but a few, not Japan or the USA. My name is Gaming Rarities, but you can call me Dan, and please be aware that this is my own opinion. There's no definitive list of the rarest, so go easy when we are discussing it in the comments. This is the top 10 rarest PAL PlayStation 2 games. Number 10, Finkeleworld. So up first on our list today is the 2008 puzzle game Finkeleworld. This was developed by Cyberplanet Interactive and published by Phoenix Games. We're going to see a lot more of Phoenix Games in this list. They have a habit of creating puzzle games or just generally not very exciting games that didn't sell very well. This is one of very few on this list that is actually available at CEX, costing £48 for a copy with no manual, £75 for a complete version and £85 for a mint copy. But as you can see, all sold out and will probably remain sold out because this is very, very cheap for what this goes for on eBay. At the time of filming, a copy of this will cost you anything from between £400 to over £3,000 on eBay. So what makes games like this so rare? Well, usually it's down to poor sales because the game is just not very good. As I've mentioned, we're going to see a lot more of Phoenix Games in this list, and there are a lot of just general, basic, not very exciting games which could contribute to the reason as to why they did not sell very well. And let's remember, back when these games were released, all we had to go on mostly was just the artwork on the front and the back, and if that's not exciting enough for the consumer, it's just not going to be purchased. With much more exciting titles on the shelf, it means games like this one get left behind. Number 9, Saint and Sinner. Now I promise you there are more exciting games coming further down this list, but again, this one is a strategic puzzle game released in 2008 by, you guessed it, Phoenix Games, and once again developed by Cyberplanet Interactive. This game is loosely based on the board game Othello, where you have white and black counters. The white counters in this instance represent good thoughts, and the black are supposed to represent bad thoughts. And conquer the various evils in your mind is the aim of the game. A wide range of pricing for this one on eBay, anything from £200 all the way up to £5,000 for a sealed copy. And the great overlords that are CEX here in the UK do not have a listing for this one at all. So another Phoenix Games puzzle, but I can assure you that the next one in this list is probably my favourite in terms of gameplay. Number 8, Kart Kings. The first of a few non-Phoenix Games entries on this list. This is Kart Kings, developed by Game Shastra Inc. in 2011, an Indian exclusive, published by Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. And yes, you heard me correctly, this one was exclusive to India only and was not released anywhere else apart from India. Region exclusivity is a big factor in what makes a game rare. It's obviously going to be hard to find if it was only released in India. And India does seem to be the home of the extremely rare PAL games, as you'll be finding out later on in this list. And what is very interesting about this one is that CEX do stock this one for a whopping £1.50 on their website, and it is obviously out of stock. I don't think you will ever find this game in stock. That means somebody would have traded it in for a whopping 1 pence. Just bear that in mind when we look at these eBay numbers that I'm about to show you. Yes, £600, £700, £800 for this game is the only way you can currently obtain it. That has to be the biggest price discrepancy between CEX and eBay that I or anyone else has ever seen. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, I have a large collection of CEX roulettes in the shorts, and I did a long time ago manage to pick up for the PSP Kart Kings for a whopping £3. So you never know, you might get lucky and find this PS2 version in your local CEX for just £1.50. I would make sure you did the lottery though at the same time. Number 7. Sengoku Anthology. I did warn you that things were going to get more exciting. Here we have Sengoku Anthology featuring Sengoku 1, 2 and 3 all in one place. This side-scrolling beat-em-up was released in 2009, published by SNK and developed by DHM Interactive. And if you're thinking that the Neo Geo classics would be easy to find these days on the PlayStation 2, you would be very much mistaken. There were only 2 copies available of this game on eBay when I was researching for this video, £352 and £723.50 respectively. And before anybody says in the comments that people can list games for whatever they want on eBay, they don't necessarily sell for that price. You are correct, but in this instance you are not correct, because there is a sold price here that I'm about to show you for over £570. So it definitely has a large value. So what gives this game its large value? Well, I have absolutely no idea. It's a solid franchise, made very well by the looks of things. Maybe this one could just be a traditional supply and demand issue, but I'm just guessing. No idea why this one is such a rarity. Number 6. Buccaneer. Now, not to be confused with Black Buccaneer, which is also quite a rare game these days, but nowhere near the rarity of the Buccaneer that we're talking about. This hack and slash game was released in April 2006 and developed by Digitalware Inc. and published by Essential Games. This single-player game set in the high seas sees you defend yourself against swathes of enemies. And another real mystery as to what makes this one so rare. CEX here in the UK have 0 listing for this one, so you definitely won't find it there. But if you look at eBay, the prices are very steep. Just the 2 copies available at the time of filming, both around the £350 mark. Now, can anyone tell me why CEX have no listing for this one? It was released in the UK, although it is extremely hard to find. So I have no idea why CEX don't sell it, but as you can see, it looks like an okay game, so a mystery as to why this one's so rare again. Number 5. Ocean Commander. Ocean Commander once again sees Cyberplanet Interactive and Phoenix Games teaming up for a game, but this time it's far from a puzzle game. Any guesses what this one is? If you guessed a side-scrolling shmup, you are correct. This one was released in 2007 and also saw a port to the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo DS. But we only care about the PlayStation 2 version today, and the PlayStation 2 version was only released in Italy. Now, I love Italy and I love the Italians, but I am very jealous of the amount of exclusives they got as a country. It does seem like they got more than their fair share. However, this one they can probably keep because it is resoundingly known as a pretty terrible game all round, not very nice at all, especially in the shmup world. But what the game plays like does not matter to me when it comes to how rare the game is. This one is definitely hard to find, obviously because it was only released in Italy. Heading back over to eBay, you're going to find prices ranging from £250 all the way to over £1,000 for this one. Obviously not at all on the CEX website, but there's a few sold prices as well around the £300 mark, so definitely a high value rarity and very difficult to find these days. Number 4. Gun Club. Now, if you're watching this from the other side of the pond over in the USA, you might be thinking, what on earth is this game doing on this list? In the US and Canada, this game is called NRA Gun Club and is extremely cheap and easy to find pretty much anywhere. But we don't care about the NTSC version, we care about the PAL version, and it is obviously extremely rare. And it's because of this rarity that CEX have this one as the highest priced PlayStation 2 game they stock, coming in at a whopping £895 for a mint condition copy. This shooting simulator was released in 2004 and sees you take on various shooting challenges at shooting ranges and outdoors. When I was researching for this video, there were none available on eBay whatsoever for purchase, but there was a sold one from France selling for £704.90. So why is this game so cheap and popular over in North America, yet so expensive and rare over here in the PAL region? Some people may put it down to guns being a lot more popular over there compared to here in Europe. Others may put it down to it only appealing to a niche audience here in Europe and other PAL regions, so sale numbers reflect that. Either way, it's extremely rare, and if you were to find it, it's likely to cost you a hell of a lot of money.
Quick gun.
Number 3. Medical and Engineering Joint Quiz. Now, as you've probably noticed already, there is no background gameplay for this one, unfortunately, purely due to the fact that I could find none. So enjoy some medical action in the background as we discuss the Medical and Engineering Joint Entrance Quiz. This was released in 2009, and as you'll be seeing on the back of the box here, says it is exclusively for India only, nowhere else. So a mock quiz for a specific test in India only, no prizes for guessing what makes this so rare. And with prices ranging from £400 all the way up to £800, this 2009 Candela software developed game is definitely an oddity. Published by Sony themselves, this single player quiz is ideal if you are looking to take your medical and joint engineering exam. But if you're not, I can't see this one being too exciting to play these days, but hey ho, you never know. Number 2. Monster Eggs. Normal service has resumed for the penultimate entry in this list with Monster Eggs, developed and published by our good friends at Phoenix Games in 2007. And once again, its region exclusivity to Italy is the reason why it's so expensive. Another riveting matching puzzle game featuring modes like short mode, relax mode, or classic mode, whichever takes your fancy. So Italian only and poor sales means this one is extremely difficult to find, with Google telling me that only 65 copies of this game are known to exist. Now, I'm not sure if I personally believe those numbers, but that is what Google told me. But if that was the case, then 1/13 of the entire print run of this game is currently available on eBay. So if my maths is correct, that means there are 5 copies available on eBay, ranging from around the £800 mark all the way up to the multiple thousands. Now, for a long time, I would have had this game down as the rarest game in the PAL region. I could not see there being many more rarer than this. However, in my research, I believe I've found one more that might be slightly rarer. But as I mentioned at the start, this list is extremely difficult to make due to the fact there is zero information on sale numbers or anything like that. So please bear that in mind. If you've enjoyed this list, please be sure to let me know in the comments, like the video, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Now let's get into the final entry on this list. But before I show you the last one, there are a few honourable mentions that did not quite make the list. These include a lot of regional exclusives that you'll never find in the UK, definitely not at CEX. Up first we have Aliens in the Attic. Then we have AR Tenelico, Melody of Elamia. Then we've got Jello. Some more Phoenix Games action with Hoppy. Wacky Zoo GP, all Phoenix Games, and the last one, another Phoenix game, White Van Racer. All of those never made it to the UK, so very difficult to find on these shores, but here we go. Number 1 on this list is World Quiz. And we are going to have to spend the rest of this video looking at some picturesque Indian scenery, because there is obviously no gameplay available of the 2009 Sony published World Quiz. Now this is just a single player run-of-the-mill quiz game released in India only, and due to the fact it was only released there and its very unimaginative title, it is so difficult to find any information out about this game. None available at all on eBay, no video of any form of gameplay to be found across the internet. It is basically impossible to find any information out about this game. If you try googling World Quiz 2009 PS2, anything like that, you get a whole host of other results because there are so many similarly named games. I even tried using AI and reverse image searches and I could find nothing. So this is definitely, in my opinion, the rarest game ever released for the PlayStation 2 in the PAL region. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.